Hey everyone, and welcome to What Did I Miss? With the recent overwhelming success of the HBO adaptation of The Last of Us, the new live-action series based on the Fallout games will find a ready and eager audience when it is finally released, hopefully in the later part of 2023. One of the things that The Last of Us adaptation is getting noticed for is its attention to detail when referencing the video game that it is based on, something that fans of Fallout are sure to catch on to as well when its live series is released. Although we have not seen much in regard to official pictures from the producers of Fallout, fans have posted pictures from the filming of the series online that give us a peek into the world that the show will be based in. Luckily, a fan of this channel was nice enough to send some pictures of a new set where filming took place in the last 24 hours, that not only show an almost exact recreation of a location from a beloved game from the franchise, but also may confirm a connection from that game to the live-action series. But before I get into all that, I want to thank you for clicking on this video and ask that you please hit the like button to help get my video out to more people. If you do want to continue to hear updates about the upcoming Fallout series, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well so YouTube will let you know when my new videos come out. Some of you may recall that the first time a live depiction of the Fallout universe was mentioned was all the way back in the year 2000, but really things started to amp up for the story around the year 2009, when Bethesda Studios and Todd Howard, the lead developer on many of the Fallout games, started to begin development on a Fallout film. Development stalled on that project mainly due to trademarking issues, and it was thought that the film would never be made. That is until Amazon became involved in 2020 and announced that they were moving forward with a live-action Fallout series and that Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan would be producing it alongside Bethesda Studios and Todd Howard. Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan were also executive producers on another big series recently, the HBO remake of Westworld. Then in 2022, Amazon officially announced that the series was going into production and that Jonathan Nolan would also be directing the pilot episode, with filming to begin in July of the same year. Besides working on Westworld, Jonathan Nolan is mostly known for co-writing the films Interstellar, The Prestige, The Dark Knight, as well as The Dark Knight Rises with his brother Christopher Nolan. These people behind the Fallout Live series have said that while they are fans of the games, that they will be telling a new story and not one directly taken from any one release. This makes sense since each game does follow a new main character, and rarely do they feature any characters or settings from any of the other games. They also said though that fans of the games would recognize the DNA from the games in the series, and I think you can really pick up on that from not only the set picks, but also the casting choices. The first person that was cast was an actor named Walton Goggins, who's probably best known as Shane from The Shield or as Boyd from Justified. The only detail given about his character is that he is playing a ghoul, or a character that was human but has since been affected by the enormous amount of radiation in the atmosphere caused by a nuclear war. In the game, some ghouls resemble the mindless behavior of a run-of-the-mill zombie, but many have retained their mental capacity and are able to live long and sometimes productive lives. Walton Goggins is known for playing loquacious characters that are ambiguous in nature but are also feared by the people that know and hate him. This description almost perfectly matches a very well-known character from the game Fallout 4, who also happens to be a ghoul named Hancock. Even though this live series will not be based on any one game, it may feature some characters or settings from them, similar to how the games have progressed over time. Only 2 other actors that I am aware of have been cast, and one of them is actress Ella Purnell. It appears that she will be a character that will almost act like the audience playing one of the Fallout games. It is believed that she is the one featured in this official still, and that she is leaving a vault in this scene. You may remember Ella Purnell from her recent role in the Zack Snyder zombie film Army of the Dead, or as the voice of Gwen in the animated series Star Trek Prodigy. Veteran actor Kyle MacLachlan has also been cast in an undisclosed role, which I believe will either be as an overseer of a vault or as a scientist working for a specific faction. He has appeared in many things over his long career, such as Dune and Twin Peaks. Now, I don't want to go off on a rant here, but why is it that when I discuss an actor that has had a career longer than 15 years, that someone always hits me up in the comments about how I didn't mention something that they were in, therefore I am an idiot? Like, if you only know John Travolta from Pulp Fiction and Saturday Night Fever and don't reference Perfect, then you don't know anything about movies. I can go to IMDb and search just like you can, guy. I just don't usually reference a project that I've not seen before or in some cases did not particularly enjoy. Doesn't mean I don't know that it exists. And by the way, leaving a mean comment actually helps the YouTube algorithm. So if you feel like you have to leave that comment every time, thank you. If you feel that you do not, thank you as well. But I digress. In the set pics that have been released online so far, we have seen some locations that look very faithful to the games, such as this one from a Super Duper Mart, a location commonly found in the Wasteland. As far as where in the United States the live series will be taking place, There have been rumors that it will be on the West Coast. The first couple of Fallout games were set in that area, but all the ones since have been set in the eastern region of the United States. The sand and the parking lots in these pictures may also be a clue that these locations are by a desert that has since taken back this once civilized land. But these new pictures could be a hint that the Amazon show will also take place somewhere on the East Coast, possibly where it is actually being filmed. First off, I want to give a big thank you to fan of the channel, BJ Delolio. I really hope that I pronounced your last name correctly. Thank you very much for sharing this with all of us. In these pictures, you can see an almost exact replica of a Red Rocket station. Red Rocket stations were found in the third and fourth installments of the games, as well as its newest incarnation, Fallout 76. These stations are all around the open world and are often used as places of refuge for our characters. But these pictures also show that this is not just any Red Rocket station, but this appears to be the one that is specifically found in the game Fallout 4 outside of Sanctuary Hills, which is usually the first place the player will travel to after they arrive. You can see that the same letters are missing in the Red Rocket sign, and the C in the word rocket has even fallen into the banner below and in the exact same way as in the game. Also, the prices for coolant are the same, and the same exact tiles are missing from each sign. As a huge fan of this game, I literally have goosebumps going over this picture. I was also able to pick out 3 other props from the game that have been recreated on this set. First and foremost, a power armor station has been placed in front, another direct recreation from the location in the game. Power armor is another one of the things that fans are most excited to see on the screen, and seeing this prop would seem to confirm that power armor will be a part of the show early on. Also, there are 2 vending machines outside the Red Rocket station that are also taken directly from the game, a white milk vending machine and a red Nuka-Cola machine. Most of the signs on the wall also look to be recreations too, but they are too out of focus and impossible to read. But let me know in the comments if you see any other callbacks to the Red Rocket station in Fallout 4 that I missed in these photos. Having this location recreated in this detail may be a clue that the Amazon Fallout series will not be set on the West Coast, but will be set on the East Coast where this Red Rocket station is located in the game. Also, these pictures were taken in New York State, where most of the filming has taken place. Even though some filming has taken place in Utah, without the use of CGI in the background, it is hard to imagine how downstate New York can be a stand-in for the West Coast. Having said this though, I still don't think that the live series will be a virtual retelling of Fallout 4 for a few reasons. For one, the creators have already said that the live show will resemble the games and feel like they exist in the same universe. So creating a location that is lifted right from the game to showcase in the new live series will be a great way to get fans on board with this new project. Similar to how I mentioned that The Last of Us has gained a lot of reverence from its fans because of how the HBO adaptation recreated characters and settings from the game. Speaking of The Last of Us, the popularity of that show may be a good reason why not to follow the exact events of the game Fallout 4. Mainly because Fallout 4 takes place in an area of the United States that in the game is known as the Commonwealth, but it is really the remains of the city of Boston, Massachusetts. The first few episodes of The Last of Us also take place in a post-apocalyptic version of the city of Boston, which would make it harder for Fallout to stand out as a new story when it is released on Amazon. Even though besides both The Last of Us and Fallout being adaptations of a post-apocalyptic video game, they really do not have that much else in common. Much like how I believe that Walton Goggins will either be playing the character Hancock or a version of a ghoul that closely resembles him, I think that this set piece may just be an example of the creator's reverence for the games and its fans. Having these familiar callbacks may also calm the nerves of fans when the creators are forced to make changes. But let me know, do you think that I'm right about this, or do you think that we are going to see a direct adaptation of Fallout 4 on screen? Well, that is all I have this time. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit that like button if you have enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on What Did I Miss?